Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Acer CyberGamer Premier League. If you are just joining us here, Avant taking away the first victory of this 2 best-of-1 series. Now, I'm also joined here by my co-caster, Brainstorm. How you doing?
I am very well. It's exciting to see these teams get onto their second map here, which will be Overpass, obviously. And yeah, good to see the second map and see if we can have Corvidae come back and get themselves to 1-1, or if these other boys, Avant will be able to come through and get themselves a 2-0 for the night.
Yeah, so I do believe Overpass being Corvidae's pick here, they have a little bit more of a chance to get themselves back into this, revitalize, re-energize, and really prove to Avant what they have, because, like you said, Corvidae being haven't been, a presence in this Counter-Strike scene as of late, and we know Avant to be quite a prolific organization. They've got all to prove here, but it's certainly well within the realm of possibility here for Corvidae, and I'm sure we're mere minutes away from the match here.
Absolutely, and as you said, while this is Corvidae's pick, I wouldn't be surprised to see Avant be very competitive here. They are a team who historically are very comfortable on Overpass. It may not be their go-to pick, but it's certainly a map they're comfortable on, so we'll have to see which way this one goes.
Yeah, certainly, and with Avant having a little bit of comfortability, especially with that deep map pool, which I can only suspect coming off the back of Lonsdale's great in-game leading and having such an extensive career as a leader, he's able to actually, give this team quite a lot of insight on all the maps. And with this team being, formulated so long ago, originally coming as the Parallax lineup, they're now able to have these deeper map pools and show things out of the back pocket, which really, in a format like this where you're playing a home and you're playing an away match, it is also important that you have a deeper map pool, and this is exactly why.
Absolutely. The other thing, though, we do have to talk about in terms of the advantages that these Parallax guys get while moving over to Avant, they get themselves that Maxibon sponsorship. And, Maxibons are always good for getting you going. If you're Avant, obviously, they seem to like those things. I do notice that Corvidae's name is just Wi-Fi here. I'm guessing in a reference to Blackout's internet issues. That's a bit unfortunate, but hopefully that won't be a problem for them again as we do go into the knife round here. Now, if you weren't with us last map, if you haven't seen either our stream or indeed any Counter-Strike before, you're not familiar with how this format works, these guys are going to have a knife-only battle now. No guns, no armor, no grenades, no nothing, just knives, and whoever wins will get to pick the side that they start on. We did have, I believe it was Avant, oh no, it would have been Corvidae winning the knife round last time, starting on that CT side, so we'll have to see if they can repeat this performance here, and it looks like indeed they will, as Yellow, the only player remaining in a 1-on-4.
Yeah, and I can only suspect Corvidae will go for the CT side here, knowing those fast rotations through and between the A and B bomb site. Of course, that will all be the decisioning from Blackout, and it looks as though they will be staying, so ready-ups will be coming through from both sides here. It's important for Avant to start strong, and I think, really, it's also important that Corvidae start strong too, knowing that their confidence being absolutely destroyed in that last cage match. Here we can go and see how they do in this first pistol round.
Absolutely, and this is their map pick. So Corvidae are going to be wanting to start off hot here, but Avant on that T side. We do know these Avant boys are quite momentum-based. When they get rolling, they tend to stay that way, so we'll have to see if they can start that off here in this pistol round. Looks like they're actually going for the underpass play at the moment, with Yellow coming through the outside to help them out. Waiting for this boost here on the lower side. Not going to happen just yet, though, and actually no one's been spotted. The T's do have full room to move towards the toilets and actually head up towards A at this point. Yellow lurking down towards the lower side, going to try and catch out any rotations if he can, but the Bomb and the rest of his team are looking very committed up towards this A side, so I can only assume A will be the play. The question is, though, how long will Avant wait? We saw this in the T sides on the last map. They waited a couple of times, and a few rounds, they actually ran out of time and couldn't finish off the round, couldn't get the bomb down, so we'll have to see if that happens in this map, or if they will leave themselves a bit more time to go with.
Yeah, and here's the issue for Avant Herbs being in a great spot here. He can hear just about any rotation through that connector area, and when that's happening, you can see they can just stack the A bomb site. They have 4 CT players guessing correctly, or correctly seeing that stack, as we can see all the T players over towards that A site, and I'm sure with 40 seconds on the clock, it looks as though the execute will finally come in here.
And this one could be very difficult indeed, as you said. Looking at the amount of CTs here, these T's going to have to be careful and don't get completely shut down. And here's Requiem finding himself 2 very quickly in the sidelines, finding himself a 3rd actually. Sicko gets himself 2 in return, but Sicko looking to do all of it on the side as Yellow is not quite here with him yet. Sicko looking to do more, actually wins the fight, gets the 3k against Requiem. Looking for more Sicko on the 4k. He could ace this pistol round. The last player is right there, but Urs will pick it up, which means now Yellow versus Irvs. Bomb is in control of the CTs. Yellow already through to these steps. My goodness, what a heroic pistol round out of Sicko and Requiem. No matter which way this goes, Yellow has to get this bomb down now. He is going to do it with 4 seconds remaining. And now Irvs has to try and go for this one. No kit, but plenty of time, and Yellow's going to peek straight into him. That'll be Irvs finishing up the round with a 2k of his own, but what a heroic effort there. We had 3 players pretty much getting all of the frags.
Yeah, it was absolutely clinical performance shown from Sicko, Requiem, and Irvs. However, Corvidae still edging out with that round, and you can just see why. I mean, those USPs playing such a pivotal role, and having that stack on the A side, like I referred to before, Herbs could just hear just about any rotation coming through that connector area, and that stack will turn out to be the favor for them as they pick up this first round. Avant doing what they do best, you know, doing those force buys and deagles, which we see Sicko having an absolute great performance so far in this map, and I don't blame him in his purchase at all with that deagle.
Absolutely. He got 4 kills in the previous round as well, so we can afford it. Speaking of money, though, interesting that we see a P90 out on Dan's, as that alone among the SMGs does not give the full money reward, I believe. It gives the same money reward as a rifle does, as opposed to the other SMGs, which all give you much more. So it is great, those 50 bullets, for cleaning up everyone in your path, especially when they have no armor, but will not give you the same cash reward as that MP7 and those UMPs will. So perhaps Dan's looking to sit on the back lines a bit, if he can, let his teammates do all the damage, get all the money. But pistols here for Avant Garde. Again, looking towards A. Sicko going for this long-range 1 dig, but already Requiem looking to get themselves some more kills. Actually, Kyoto gets an early, finds the first pick, and now Requiem has to dance around the site and find the kills, but he will find one, find a second. There he go. He's got himself a 3k in the round before going down. Now Dan's, Mitch, and Herbs all looking up. What? Alright, Sicko, nice shot there. But here comes the P90, of which I spoke. There it is, mopping up the bomb carrier, and Herbs will clean up Sicko. So, almost for Avant Garde. So close, but not going to get it across the line.
And Requiem just in that truck location, showing us how it's done with 2 3Ks for that half so far through these rounds. And although Avant did have the economical disadvantage, when you've got players like that just getting 3Ks over and over again, I don't think it matters what weapons you have, because the confidence for Requiem right now must be through the roof. But as I say that, they're picking up the pace.
Look at Mitch! My goodness, Mitch charging through, finds himself a couple picks there. It is traded out, but it's a 4-on-2. Yellow looking to do what he can. Will actually not manage to take down Herbs. Hats will clean it up, but it's a 1-on-3 here. He's got a lot of work to do and only 81 HP to do it with, and the push from Dan's is already here. Surely not much hope for Hats in this one. There we go. Blackout will finish him, and 3-0 for Corvidae.
And here's the issue for Avant. I mean, Corvidae just getting absolute full momentum now. Absolutely just having a great showing of their confidence, and winning rounds like this 3-0. I mean, that was certainly not a close round. That was as dominant as it gets for Corvidae, and now they'll have the full momentum and emotion running for them here. They're looking to stay aggressive, though, this time in the connector location.
Whoa! Yellow and T-Spawn, they're hitting that wallbang through onto short. Will take down Mitch. That's a great start to a round. Perhaps, excluding Dust 2, I think that is really one of the only spots in the game where you can get a pick that early into a round. So, nice spray control there from him to get that one across the line. That's a really quick one-man advantage for Avant Garde, and a good start in their first full gun round.
Yeah, certainly the case, and they're going to be utilizing these long-range engagements with the AK-47 against perhaps Blackout's P90 here, which we know will have a very poor effect, but as I say that, A control is coming in through the Avant Garde roster here. All to do for Blackout with that P90, and he needs to make sure that he at least gets away with 1 frag here and runs down that clock as much as possible. 50 seconds now on the timer. It looks as though Avant are edging their way towards this A side, and there's only 2 CTs to defend it, Brainstorm.
Absolutely. And we're going to have Yellow coming in through the back lines to join his teammates as well. So it's going to be all 5 players here for Avant Garde. Now, Blackout, this position from him is very interesting with this P90. He can actually find the first pick, and that's the bomb as well. So he's found himself a nice position. His teammates are helping out. All of a sudden, 30 seconds left. The bomb is in CT control and it's a man advantage. Blackout looking to do more with this P90. Won't get it done as Kyoto does the damage, but not enough. Dans will take him down. Now Yellow, 1-on-2. He has 17 seconds. He has to commit to this A site now. He cannot afford to go anywhere else. That Molotov completely denies the default plant spot. He's going to throw a smoke. Actually, just as it fades, he's going to plant inside that. So 7 seconds left. Will get the bomb down. Got a 1-on-2, and there's a player already right next to him, and that's Dans. He'll get him down. So now Yellow, can back away and try and play this one. But He's going for the straight stick in the smoke. Yellow, you've got to spray it. He's holding it. Spray comes through, and Yellow will get it inside the smoke, getting himself that clutch and a 3K in the round.
Yeah, absolutely surprising result there. Shown from Avant Garde. I mean, the clock was running down for them. They only had 10 seconds to plant, and actually what that managed to do was force Herbs to push through the smoke as Yellow was planting, and that actually resulted in his death, which Yellow doing a great job of clutching, of course, but man, the circumstances in which that happened has been absolutely bliss for him as they get the first round, and as I say that, Corvidae and Blackout looking to make a change.
That was a nice, that was a very sensible pick, actually. Very smart. Going up high on the side, the picnic area there, peering over that fountain smoke and picking off the player in T main. So that was smart out of Blackout, and he's already rotated all the way back out and is now going to be holding A long with the support of Requiem there. So this is really nice out of Corvidae. I like this. They get aggressive. They get that first pick, and they fall right back and anchor their sides. Blackout is really the only player who is even slightly aggressive from them. The rest of their roster just sitting in the sides. But here comes Yellow. Going to be looking to come into the slower side. Do what he can. There's actually a nice peek out of Blackout. Will drop Lonsdale. Now Hats. The next one up into this long position. Going to be trying to not face the same teammate, the same fate that two of his teammates already have. English is a difficult language, but 5-on-3. Here comes Yellow, actually gets all the way into the site, but Herbs with the reflexes turns around, catches him, and now it's a 2-on-5 here. 40 seconds remaining. Sicko will go down. Hats, the world on his shoulders, does have the bomb, does have a rifle, and does have a smoke and a Molotov, but not a lot of time to use either, and no flasher to help him get in. 1-on-5, this will not be easy.
No, you're certainly right. And Blackout with those first 2 AWP picks and a third for him. So that will get him and his team over the line for that 5th round. And what's even more dangerous about that round is not only that Corvidae picking it up, but looking at this economy, I mean, Avant getting the first round, or getting their first round win, I should say, and then immediately being put straight back into losing ways, which really is just showing how terrible their economy is coming into this 6th round.
Absolutely. Now, if you have recently joined us here, this is our second map between these two teams, Avant Garde and Corvidae. First map was on Cash, was Avant Garde's pick, and Avant Garde won it 16-10. So that's what you've missed if you've recently got here. Here comes the spray down for Requiem, finds one, gets completely flashed out, and killed, trying to fall back. Only one, actually, due to that nice utility work. And here's Sicko actually getting himself another one, but the CTs are mopping up. Now it's Dan. It's challenging Sicko. Sicko actually gets that one too. 19 HP though. No gun available for him to steal just yet. And a 1-on-2 with both CTs on 100 HP. Not really possible, but certainly with 1 minute 10 seconds remaining, he can do some more damage here.
Yeah, Sicko just showing off his pistol skills all throughout this game, of course. Doing a great job during the pistol round and now with this P250, but nevertheless, or at last, Mitch finally puts an end to that as he picks up the M4 frag, and much to be expected. Corvidae pick up that 5th round after just winning the Eco. And
that's going to be a much better start for Corvidae than they had on Cache, their last map. They did win the pistol round in their first half, which was on CT. They won the 2 following up anti-Eco rounds as well. They lost the gun round, one round after that due to time, and then went off on a bit of a losing streak, which gave Avant a solid lead. That spray from Mitch, heavy damage to Sicko, actually, down on 25 HP. This grenade could be perfect. It's not, it's only going to do 1 damage. I thought it was going to do more than that, but the jump spot will at least spot them out, and the rifles here will be looking to mop up all of these pistols with the no armor, and Mitch, this push, takes down 1. Knows there's got to be another player around him somewhere. Actually, Sicko's going to push and get that frag. Will be cleaned up very easily by Dans, who looks to do more into Hats as well. There we go. Tap fire comes on through, takes him down, and now all the upgraded pistols are gone. Kyoto and Lonsdale, Glocks and no armor are the only players remaining, and they're split up as well. This should be an easy cleanup for Corvidae, and they'll get their 6th round on the board.
Yeah, and this is what's so dangerous for Corvidae. They're feeling this match. They're feeling this half. I mean, complete confidence being shown from Dans, from Mitch, and when you have players going off just like that, it doesn't even matter how close the rounds are, because when you're just taking absolute dominating wins, It's really difficult for Avant, of course. Just with pistols now, so you can expect that sort of result. But as I say that, Herbs gets the frag onto Kyoto. Bomb will be dropped. Lonsdale, not much for him to do up here on the A side. All alone, no bomb. He actually does manage to get the pick onto Requiem of all things there with the Glock. So grabbing that M4A4, but Blackout, well aware of his position, will get the pick onto him. That's a 6th round for Corvidae, and now it's looking quite difficult for Avant, and they really need to change things up in terms of how they actually approach this T-side round. I mean, knowing just how well Corvidae are competing so far, they really need to start open strong, and perhaps the B site is where they need to do it.
The B site then. Well, it looks like they've heard you, Deadline, as they are moving over in that direction quite quickly as well. Lonsdale doing his part to throw necessary grenades. Look like they're taking control of the other part of the map, but that is not to be. All of these players moving over towards the lower site. That spam again on target through that wooden panel, but only a little bit of damage is done this time. Lonsdale on 76, Sicko on 88, so massive 70 health tags like we had before, but still a good wallbang to be doing. And now looks like this A push is going to, this B push on the lower side is going to be coming in, but Dan's, his position on short, is actually smoking in front of himself. That is so sneaky, trying to catch him out, but they're spotted for the smoke. The spam comes through, 19 HP. Finally loses his nerve, decides to pull his knife and try and run out, but cannot do it. Will get taken down through the smoke, and these teams already out to the side. Sicko looking to do what he can, actually finds himself too. Alright then, Bomb can now freely go down. 1 minute remaining. Blackout and Requiem left in a 2-on-4, and they are well out of this one. Avant just working through smokes, find themselves on the site, get the bomb down, and then from there it's just picking up the CTs, and they've got this round. So is this the change-up you wanted, Deadline?
Yeah, certainly. The pickup on pace towards that B bomb site was fantastic. Blackout does manage to get the AWP frag onto yellow, so T's have to be really careful here not to lose too many guns. I mean, they've won the round, but at the same time, they need to retain as many rifles as possible in case Corvidae do win the following, in which that would put them back onto a double eco, so definitely not what they want. Corvidae getting away with the 2 weapons here. Not the biggest of issues for Avant, scoreline being their biggest problem at the moment, and getting that second round, this could be the chance or the change that they need coming into this match.
Absolutely, but the risk here now for Avant Garde is they lost 3 rounds, they won a round. They lost 3 rounds and they won a round. Now, they need to win this next round to A, break that pattern, and B, avoid the reset of their round loss bonus, which will be coming in if Corvidae manage to win this one. And if Corvidae do win this one, then I can only see their lead getting further ahead as Avant or further and further behind. But if they win this round, this is their chance to get back into things here, and that is indeed what they're going to be looking to be doing. Looks like they are going to slow down a bit now, go back to that style that was working out for them on their T side over on Cache as they start to move into the playground area here. Requiem going to be the first one challenging, has been spotted out, takes a little bit of damage. Blackout was playing close to the P250 of all things, AWP on his back, but will now fall away to a more favorable advantage to use the big sniper rifle, and early aggression perhaps, but for now everything is slowed down.
Yeah, and that's just a reflection of Lonsdale's strategical versatility here. He actually does manage to get the pick on Blackout as well, so great stuff for him. Like I was saying before though, showing that they can do all kinds of strategies and they can prove that it works as Sicko almost gets that shot. The nade will be thrown, not quite getting the frag. And now here though, 4 versus 5, it looks as though Avant are changing things up by heading over towards the B bomb site, and poor lonely Mitch, I believe, or Herbs rather, is sitting there all alone.
And this is the change-up that I wanted to see for Avant Garde as well. Sure, they're using this lower style. They get the first pick with 45 seconds remaining, not 20, although there's Herbs chiming in. Yellow will take him out. Kyoto drops Dan's in the meantime. So that is the lower side, the B side, cracked open here for these Ts to get in. And just it looks like the CTs are going to be saving here. Bomb will be going down. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be going for this one. So, while I have a second, that's what I like to see out of Avant Garde. They're still going for this slower style of play, but instead of waiting for 20 seconds to move, they press in after the first minute or so, get themselves their first pick, and then rotate off that. So that mixture of moving slightly quicker to get a pick and still slowing down, playing it carefully, that could be really dangerous out of the Avant Garde T side, and I quite like to see that, Deadline.
Yeah, definitely the right way to go with Lonsdale. Changing up the pacing of his T-side takes is certainly what we want to be seeing. With that being said, of course, it looks as though he's found the key to his, or the solution to his problem, in the sense that B bomb site seems to be the way to go. Whether that means going fast or slow, it seems to be the reason for their success. And now, Corvidae put on the bit of the back foot now. 2 grand on each of the players. Only 3 and 4 on Herbs and Blackout. It's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle here for Corvidae, despite having that 3-round advantage.
As they do have Dan stuck on just a 5-7 now. There is M4s out for the rest of his squad, but as for himself, Armor, a 5-7, a Smoke and a Flashbang is always going to have, and look at this change up again from Avant Garde. Fast hit into the lower bomb site. They've had success, now they're just looking to have that same success but quicker, and it's working out for them. Picks going their way. Mitch will find one. Dan's still down here, but will be taken down by Lonsdale, as it's again a 2-on-4, except this time, not even 30 seconds have passed in this round. The bomb has gone down. Avant Garde doing the exact same thing they eventually did last round, just a lot faster. And Corvidae, for now, unable to cope. They've lost 3 players already. They've only managed to take out one of Avant Garde. Requiem and Blackout running away, holding onto these rifles, setting up this crossfire in connector. And that's going to be another round on the board here for Avant Garde, making this comeback happen.
Yeah, you can see Lonsdale and his team have got the B bomb site under lock and key. As I say that, though, Requiem picking up the frag on Hat, so good consolation prize at that. But this just goes back to what I'm saying about confidence play for Corvidae. I mean, they need to keep their confidence and momentum up especially when they're losing rounds such as this. We know how well that confidence got them this first 6 rounds, and now they really need to be careful about how they decide to go about these next few rounds.
Careful is the word, I think. They can need to take some care, and speaking of taking some care, it's just going to be pistols out here for the majority of the CTs. Blackout and Requiem do have these rifles out that they've saved, but a CZ, a USP, and a P250 are all that are left for the rest of the CTs. And again, these 4 rifles are out for the T side again, looking to take this one slowly, move as a unit, trade out the frags if at all they can. Nice Molotov to force out. Herbs gets dropped by Hats, and that's one of the pistols gone. These 2 rifles are still at play here on Blackout and Requiem, but those 2 rifles are going to have to do some absolute heroics. There's Dan's actually finding himself a kill into yellow. That's a good start, but he'll get traded out straight away. And now Mitch, CZ, and a bomb site to hold for himself. Actually will get the shot with help from Requiem. Now it's a 3-on-3. Again, gun disadvantage with the CTs. 3 AKs still out for the Ts, but Mitch holding a very cheeky angle through the truck here. Could actually take out Sicko on the peak as well. Not going to hit that shot, but they know, the CTs, where this play is coming in for Avant Garde.
Yeah, this truck location is the absolute crux to Avant Garde, as Mitch spraying with that CZ down the truck area. 50 seconds on the clock now. It looks as though Avant are getting control back again, but as I say that, Requiem getting a frag of his own. 2 versus 2 now. Health running low for the Ts. Blackout getting that frag onto, almost actually, not quite, but Sicko getting the headshot onto Requiem now. 2 versus 1, 30 seconds on the clock here. Sicko needs to get this frag to help his teammate, because Blackout has just gotten the frag onto him. All alone here now, but it will be Sicko getting that frag on that truck location. And gosh, what a close round that was, but nevertheless, Avant Garde just get away with it.
Only just, though. You say just, and it was very close indeed. I do like there that you can see the part that Skins play in this game. Sicko got the kill, saw an Asimov drop down there on the other side of the truck and went, sweet, no, let me grab that, but it was an Asimov M4. He felt betrayed, dropped that thing, grabbed his AK-47 back, but there you go. Interesting side note that Skins do affect gameplay. There you go, guys. Don't go and spend all your money on Skins. I didn't tell you to do that. Either way, full gun round out here again. Blackout on the AWP. Which is not an Asimov, so it won't allow me to continue my little analogy I had going there, but he almost gets the first pick, unscopes at just the wrong moment, but Kyoto up close with a perfect pop flash, steps out into long, gets the first kill. Blackout with the trade. We'll stop that though. We're straight into a 4-on-4 here very early on, but that could have been 2 players lost, and again, look at the rotation here for Corvidae, straight over with, again, 2 players towards that long position.
Yeah, but look at the T site here. They've managed to get through the bathrooms onto A site without Blackout even knowing. So now the A site has been given up, and Hats with 2 fantastic frags, both in long and bathrooms respectively. 2 versus 4 situation now, and this is looking absolutely dire for Corvidae, as they've lost the bomb site and the players after getting flanked. I mean, what an absurd round to win for Avant, and really, it's going to be the reasoning for their equalizing score here.
Absolutely, and I think that is now the 3rd or 4th time we've already seen that Corvidae have found themselves in a 4-on-2 without really being able to get anything done. They get 1 frag on the entry, the Ts pick up 3 of theirs, and the remaining 2 players just save. I think this is the 3rd or 4th time we've seen it now, with just 2 players running off with rifles trying to keep those alive. This time, it's Herbs and Mitch trying to cling onto their rifles. And actually, that's a nice shot out of Herbs, watching his teammates back. Will take down Lonsdale. But the T's here, they can afford mostly to chase this. They've got 2 players over 5k. They're getting more money for winning this round. They don't have the greatest economy, but they do have enough that if they want to chase these rifles down, they can do it. Looks like they won't be going for it, though. They might get close, but actually Mitch going to get another kill, and that spray through the smoke so close.
Oh,
Yellow
the
could have
cheeky
caught
knife.
out. Oh, man. Herbs takes down Sicko at the end. That was very close. I mean, Yellow could have caught out Herbs had Sicko not been standing in the way of his bullets, but he had to stop shooting because he was hitting his teammate and could not get the kill. But all of that said, tied scoreline now. Avant-Garde bring it back where it's 6-6.
Yeah, and here's the issue with saving 2 rifles in the previous round for Avant. You can see Corvidae actually managing to buy back into this round with reasonable utility and reasonable economy, so they will now do that. But Lonsdale, knowing that B bomb site is weak, Mitch and Herbs actually getting the 2 frags, and maybe not, as Dan's looking to get a frag of his own, and all of a sudden 4 versus 1 here for Sicko, and he gets fragged out by Dan's through the side of the smoke. And whatever we thought Lonsdale had in terms of that B bomb site has now been stripped away, and that's purely behind the confidence and the aim shown from Corvidae.
There's a bit of that good old caster's curse showing through there. You say the B bomb site's been weak, and the CT's instantly completely shut out the T's with no hope of them getting anything done. That's welcome to casting deadline. Typical caster's curse. We love it here, but it's going to be the T's here with a very mixed buy now. Yellow with the AK. Most of his teammates just on pistols. Yellow actually can catch out. This boost is a possible 1D here from Hats, but not going to get it. Does tag Dance, but that grenade somehow does not get the kill. Hats on 3 HP, but here comes Sicko actually helping out his teammate. Will drop Dance, grab that M4 as well, but here comes Requiem looking to trade. That was a very nice bomb drop from Kyoto. Didn't quite give it to the CTs, but it's going to be close. That Molotov, I don't know how Hats is alive. 3 HP, dances away from that thing. But it's a 4-on-4 here. Hats on 3 HP, Sicko down on 50. Advantage CTs, you'd think. And look at this as well, out of Requiem. Depending on the timing here, because Lonsdale is all the way behind him. Lonsdale's going down towards the A side. These guys are at opposite ends of the map, and they do not know it. This push from Requiem could end everything. And there goes Yellow as well. But Lonsdale actually finds himself all the way on the A site. The difficulty is he's got to work his way back and get the bomb. This flank, though, could be huge.
Yeah, Lonsdale's able to swindle his way through the bathroom area. As I say that, though, he is behind. Blackout gets that frag onto him, throwing a complete spanner in the works here. But as I say that, Mitch and Requiem there to save the day. Lonsdale with this actually gets the no-scope. Great stuff shown from him. 2 versus 1 now, but this is going to be an absolutely mountainous task. He does actually have the bomb, though, so he can get away over to this A site. Herbs, suspecting that he will be there, suspects correctly. Plant coming through here, Brainstorm, and now 2 versus 1.
But look at the rotations. He's had time to plant. He's had time to plant the bomb. Will avoid. The flashbang almost gets the flick onto Herbs, but Herbs too quick for him. Calls out the position he'll be in, and will run up there, grab himself the AWP, and his teammate will jump on the defuse. So there you go. Almost a clutch out of Lonsdale. I was believing, but not going to happen. And that's going to be Corvidae now winning out the half, getting themselves the majority of the rounds with 8. Now the question will be, can they reverse what Avant-Garde did to them and get the 9-6, or will Avant-Garde pull it back and we'll have a tied up 8, well, as close to tied up as we can get with an 8-7?
Well, normally I'd be saying Avant have a bit of a chance, knowing how good the B bomb site has been for them, but not anymore. I mean, Corvidae just seem to be in full effect here in terms of their defense, and now the B bomb site take will come in as suspected, but Corvidae more than ready to cope with it.
Absolutely, and no warp out here on the T's either. Blackout does have his over on the CT side. He's actually going to be playing a aggressive angle, I believe. Yeah, he's up towards the bathrooms. Could actually catch out this pick from Lonsdale. No, he won't. The timing on that is so unfortunate for him. Falls back merely a second before Lonsdale would have been peeking right into his scope. So no frags yet for the CT side, but Hats might be giving him one if he can't find his position. Herbs, even not Herbs. Nice shot. Gets the kill. And here comes Lonsdale to help out his teammates going in towards this lower side very quickly. Dan's stuck down in the pit, trying to do what he can, but the T's are here. Sicko gets one, Hats gets one. Dan tries to get the spray on, only takes out Hats, and now Blackout. It is the last round. Actually drops down from heaven, and I have no idea what in God's name that shot was, but he hit Sicko just to land it on the ground. Couldn't get any more done, but at least that was impressive. But Avant-Garde will win back that round. It is an 8-7, only 1 round behind for them.
Yeah, so Avant-Garde actually being able to pull away with that round. turns out B bombsite was more successful than I expected, but now, heading into the second half, Corvidae better have something up their sleeve here because we know how important these pistol rounds come. Sicko being an absolutely demon throughout this game. 21 frags for him. They've got to stay clear of him wherever site they go, and it looks as though Connector will be the place that they enter this area.
There's Sicko with the push, though, doing a little bit of damage to Blackout early, but not going to land the headshot. Just going to tag him down for 29. So, no real damage exchanged just yet for these guys. And actually, Hats with a nice position here. Could catch him out coming out of Connector. Not going to do it, though. Yellow playing over towards this lower side is waiting for them to come for him, but they are all moving up through the toilets, actually straight out into long. And Sicko has no idea they could be coming his way. Danz will catch him out from behind. So now, the A side only has 2 players on it. It's a 5-on-4. Blackout will upgrade himself to that USP, but Hats, a lot of work to do here. The first base comes through, gets 1, gets 2, gets almost the 3rd, I believe, but Requiem will get that one. Lonsdale picks up 2 as well. This pistol round is disastrous for Corvidae. It is falling apart. Avant Garde with a double kill. That's not something you want to say very often. Leave Blackout the only player remaining. 43, make that 13 HP and a USP. There we go. Kyoto will finish it, but Lonsdale and Hats, great hold on that A site, and we're tied up now.
Yeah, the amount of highlight clips I've seen from that truck location in this match alone has been absolutely absurd. Both Corvidae and Avant Garde using it well, but turns out Sicko and Lonsdale and Hats rather, just showing us what they're made of on that A side. And now Corvidae deciding to force by themselves back into this. Tech 9s and Armor will be the decision from Blackout, but I mean, they're taking these long-range engagements, coming up through the long area. They need to be careful here. Tech 9s have an absolutely awful spray pattern, and if they get into any long-range engagements against Avant Garde, I'm afraid they're going to be in trouble.
But also, it's worth pointing out that Tech 9s have a magical spray pattern. Look at this position from Blackout. Actually gets through the smoke behind one of the CTs, but no dice. It's getting shut down. That said, Mitch and Dan's with the Tech 9s coming through, although not looking good. Earth is behind him again. This is a chaotic round here. The bomb is down. Hello trying to clean this one up. Gets 1 kill and almost a second. There we go. Actually, bomb, I thought it got planted. I apparently cannot see. It dropped in the site and they couldn't get it down, but that was interesting.
Yeah, too close for comfort if you ask me for Avant Garde there. Unfortunately, just not spotting out that long push as quickly as they'd hoped. I think that's a good thing to note here coming into the next buy round at least. For Corvidae, they know that long control is quite easy to take, and if they try to capitalize on that into their next buy round, we could be seeing a few wins, but nevertheless, we are here with an eco for Corvidae, so looks as though they will make their way towards long again, which I don't actually like to see from them, simply because they're becoming a little bit more predictable than expected here. But as I say that, 125 on the clock here. Kyoto throwing some damage out to Dance here, and really, what can you expect here for Corvidae? Well,
nothing much really, and predictability aside, range fights with Glocks against armor are just never ideal. You've got to triple or quadruple dink someone to kill him, which is no easy task, and the long range here. Hats just has a shooting gallery in front of him. Lots of players, no armor, no pistols that are decently long range. They're getting into close range now, but it should just be an easy mop up. Gets 1, gets 2, and there's a 3rd. There we go. Hats cleans it up, and that is the problem with trying to take long range fights with Glocks. If there's rifles with armor waiting for you, you're just going to get mopped up, and now Dan's does have at least a P250, but 8 HP, make that no HP. Sicko comes through and takes him down. Yellow just shoots
and here's
cupboard because, you know, man, cupboards are terrible. But here's the thing. Avant Garde are now 10-8. They've taken the lead back.
Yeah, and here's the issue with Corvidae, and they're starting to run a little bit thin with their strat book, as 2 long pushes in a row being shown from them. However, B bomb site looks as though they're going to change the pace and the site here, and they need to get the first few entry picks here. Deciding to come out to that water area, not quite engaging on any battles just as of yet, but you can see Mitch, I believe, in that lower connector area, he's going to be absolutely pivotal, cutting down that flank from Lonsdale if it ever comes here. But as I say that, a boost coming out from Yellow, and he will actually take that frag onto Blackout. Unfortunate there for the T's. They had something in mind, but it just does not work out.
Absolutely, that's an unfortunate boost to get shut down. It's unlucky that both teams go for the same boost, looking at the same areas at the same time. And the UMP wins the fight against the rifle, which is interesting, but now it is a 3-on-4. Admittedly, this is on fire. HP. But it's Hats, he's alive and he's dangerous. Never count him out of anything, really. And there's Yellow actually spotting out Dan's on that jump. Going for the spray. Doesn't have a UMP, which doesn't have the greatest armor penetration or indeed material penetration. But here's Hats. Finds the bomb. Looking for the second frag. Not going to do it. Requiem at least answers that one back. But it's a 2-on-3 right now. Does have bomb control again. Well, that's for Requiem in the hands of the T's. He's now going to go meet up with Herbs and look towards this upper bomb site where I believe it's only going to be Sicko waiting. But Yellow, knife out, is on the way, rotating over 30 seconds here. These T's have to commit to this bomb site, and this could go very poorly for them. But as they move in here, there's actually a few grenades left, and look at Kyoto as well. He's going to be walking through Connector, coming up behind them as well. The T's have to go right now, where they'll have a very angry Kyoto right behind them. The smoke is in. Looks like they're going to be going straight for the plan. Actually, Yellow can see through that smoke, and there goes both the frags. Yellow and Sicko take them down, and that's now 11-8 for Avant Garde. Now, while I have a second, if you have just joined us or recently joined us, this is the CyberGamer Premier League here. We're looking at this second map on Overpass between Avant Garde and Corvidae. The first map, which was Avant Garde's pick, was Cache, and they won that 16-10. My name is Brainstorm. I'm casting here with my friend V Deadline. And Deadline, what do you think Corvidae can do here? They've only got pistols.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely difficult for them. I mean, Sicko doing such a great job, and he's out here at long. We can only expect for him to pull up a few more picks, but he actually has a bit of 4-3 resolution there, but nevertheless gets the AWP frag, and now he's got to get himself out of there. The pistols are raining on in, and as I say that, Mitch with the Tech 9 frag, they've got themselves an AWP, so they've got to be careful here, Avant Garde. M4 spray missing just a little bit there. Lonsdale will pick up the collateral though, so nevertheless getting the pick, but man, what looks as though a bit of a scary round for Corvidae. They do actually lose control, and Avant back on the winning ways.
And the last player's been spotted as well. It's Black Cat with the 8LUP, just playing very dangerous games with his life as the CTs dance around him. But Hats will pick up the frag, and now 12-8 for Avant Garde. They're starting to run away with this. Again, their CT side being very strong.
Yeah, CT side seems to be doing wonders here for Avant. Was a little bit concerned for them, at least in the first half, as they did go down 8-7 in their T side, but now Sicko really just showing us why or how desperately he wants to win this match. I mean, he's almost hit a 30 bomb for this game, so great stuff showing from him. And look at this, Hats getting in from behind, up through the party location. Gets only one frag though, so that will be a T-side benefit, having that 4 versus 4 man count there. But as I say, that 120 on the clock, and really, Corvidae might just have a little bit of an entryway into this take. But as I say that, Sicko getting the AWP frag onto Dans, and now it's go time.
And it's a 4-on-3 here. Again, the T's the man disadvantage, and Yellow. This could be a nasty off angle for these teams they're not expecting. It actually will tap out Requiem as well. Gets traded out, returned by Blackout actually. Blackout picking up 2. Alright then, we're back into a 2-on-2, and the lower side is clear. So Blackout there with the heroics, opening up the lower bomb site for his team, but the CT's already rotating in. That bomb is going to be able to go down. They're both coming from this heaven position. That is a nice grenade to do the damage onto Mitch, down on 28 HP. But Blackout already here with the close angle, and they are not expecting it. Lonsdale will go down now. Sicko with the AWP, 1 versus 2, almost makes it a 1 versus 1, looking for this frag. So much damage done. He's been Molotov'd out now though. He does have a kid. He can still go for this nice shot on the Mitch. Now he's got to get in there and find Blackout, and it will not be easy. Blackout playing this one so cleverly, moving around this wall, dancing and waiting for Sicko to come in. And Sicko almost gets that frag, but can't quite land the CZ spray. And that's going to be another round for Corvidae, and a crucial one as well. They can't afford to fall too much more behind here. Yeah,
just let me say that. I mean, Sicko doing a great job there with 28 frags, but at the same time, props where props is deserved for Blackout. That 4K in this round is absolutely pivotal. 9-12 will be the scoreline for Corvidae here, and they really need to get themselves back into it. If Blackout gets his team any more rounds here, there might just be enough to get them over the line. But as I say that, he does have the AWP towards this monster area. Haven't quite seen him do this too much, so hopefully he's got something planned. But as I say that, minute 25 on the clock here. Corvidae are looking to slow things down a bit though, after such a dominating round win, at least from Blackout.
Absolutely, and slowing things down could be the move they need here. Try and take some map control, decide where they want to go based on that, get a frag or 2, and then move on in. These rushes, the fast pushes of 5 men have really not been working out all too well for them. The Avant Garde defense has been quite good thus far on both maps that we've seen, both here and on Cache a little bit earlier in the night, which Avant did manage to win. But that was their map pick, just Corvidae. So if Avant can take this one, that's a bit more of an upset here. But the past, certainly not a map that Avant or X-Parallax, if you don't know, are not comfortable with. And now the game's up. Yellow just spotted at least one player there, potentially more, or at least he should have. They should know. And I thought it's actually going to be a very inventive boost coming out there, but no such thing. There's 3 CTs waiting on this lower site, though. Potentially 4, actually, with Sicko moving it in. It is. They've called this one out. They know it's coming. And the CTs are as ready as they're ever going to be. But actually, Hat's going to go down early. And they're rotating too, moving up through Connector. That was very well played out of Corvidae. They can still get away to this upper side here. They are losing players on the lower side, but the bomb is going up to A, and it's only going to be Yellow here to try and defend this one. There's 8 seconds left. He's got to get the bomb down. Well, they've got to get the bomb down. Mitch picks up Yellow, though, and now Sicko again in a clutch, this time in a 1-on-4. And that fake out of Corvidae, they sell it and they nail it, and Avant just get left on the wrong bomb site.
Yeah, they even faked me out there for a second with just 10 seconds remaining as they change. A quick heel turn for them as they decide to go towards that A site. I was a little bit concerned for Corvidae telegraphing their B takes so well there, but perhaps that was the plan all along for Blackouters. They make their way back to the A site and take the round, and now Avant put on the back foot with such low economy.
Yeah, not a lot they can really do in this one. I mean, it is Avant. We've seen these sort of ridiculous rounds go their way before, but hopefully Corvidae can solidify here and they can get this round off. They do have a massive weapon advantage. It's 2 M4s and 3 pistols for Avant. This is not a round they have any business winning, and you can see it in the Corvidae setup as well. Moving around pretty much as a unit with the exception of Herbs and Mitch, holding down fairly far back, waiting for pushes from the CTs if there is any. Other than that, the remaining 3 players moving as a unit down towards long with the bomb. Requiem just staying a little bit further back, mopping up behind them. This is nice play out of Corvidae, staying together. They don't want to get picked by the pistols that they must have predicted are going to be out here. So we'll have to see if they can make it in safely towards this upper side, because it looks like that is still where they're going here as they move into the toilets.
Yeah, Corvidae just clearing out the right areas here, especially in bathrooms. Having those long-range engagements at A long, and as I say that, the long-range engagement rings true for Dan's as he picks up that frag onto Hats, and Corvidae looking to pick up the pace here towards that A site off the back of that first pick.
And this is close from Sicko, actually lands the dink as well. So much damage done onto Requiem. Sicko just trying to land the one more board that will finish it. There we go. With that stutter step, we'll get it across the line, take down Requiem, and 25 seconds left here. All of a sudden, this isn't looking terrible for Avant, but here comes the push. It's Blackout and Herbs dropping the defense on the lower bomb site. Yellow actually trying to do what he can, but Herbs, a man on a mission, picks up the 3K on the entry. Just as I was about to think there might have been some hope for Avant, it all gets shut down by one man, and now only 1 round the difference between these 2 teams. Corvidae bringing it back.
Yeah, definitely, and more fakes to be shown there from Corvidae. You can see Sicko's actually managed to hit his 30 bomb so far, so great stuff shown from him merely 24 rounds into this game, although he's going to need to do a little more than that if he's going to win this game. 11-12 is the scoreline here, in which Avant only just slightly ahead, and Corvidae, being on their T side, they can choose the pacing at which they want to attack these sites and really take the fights that they want to, and maybe that's all they've needed this entire time, just free reign and free control to go for anywhere they want to be, and so far it's been quite successful for them.
Has indeed, and Corvidae, and they're just playing in groups. This time they're going for a split pairs approach. We've got Dan's and Requiem buddying up, and Blackout and Mitch buddying up, with poor old Herbs, the one man remaining, hanging back and just looking after that explosive block of C4. That is, you know, their main sort of goal. Their main, it's their baby, really. It's a terrorist's baby. They've got to keep that thing safe and probably not leave it behind, but look, when you're setting up for an execute, it's okay. You've got to have a babysitter, though. It's the same as having a child. It's not the same as having a child. I don't know how. I'm 20. I don't know what having kids is. But anyway, going back to get the bomb now. That was a terrible analogy, but we're going to roll with it. Blackout has picked that thing up, playing his babysitter role well, and 40 seconds left means Corvidae are going to be moving now, and it looks like, again, this upper side's going to be the one. That's going to make something of it. Finds himself 2 kills, could potentially get another one here. Will do it as well. That's with a triple already. Now Blackout and Herbs with all the work to do. Herbs boosted up towards long. Blackout challenging at short. And Hats actually gets the 4th one. He's 19 HP and a 4K. Only Hats, ladies and gentlemen. And now Herbs 16 seconds ticks by. He has 5 players to find. He will at least have Hats out of getting the ace, but he's got no time at all. He has 8 seconds. There's players all over this bomb. He just needs to try and get away here, get a kill, get out. If he cannot at all stay alive, not going to be easy. 3 seconds remaining. The CTs know where he is. They're going to be trying to push him. He looks like he might just escape with his life, but Hats, what a round.
Yeah, and that's exactly why he's such a highly respected player in the upper echelons of this Australian Counter-Strike community. And that's exactly why, I mean, going absolutely off with those 4 frags, really showing us what he's made of, especially on that bathrooms area. If there was ever a time to do it, it would be in the 24th round, 11-12 just up. And now, getting themselves, or cementing themselves, perhaps the victory here is Corvidae look to make an execute towards the B bomb site, away from Hats, away from the danger man, it looks as so.
If indeed they can avoid the danger, but all of Avant are being pretty dangerous over the last 2 maps. We haven't really seen anyone who's been dragging, but actually it's going to be Sicko who's turning up the heat on this map. 30 and 17 already. It's not far behind at 23, but the star fraggers, I believe those are the 2 players we mentioned at the start of the last map. Those are the ones stepping up, and those guys are the ones that Avant need to be stepping up. They want to win this one. And here comes the shutdown. Hats with yet another kill. Looks like he's not satisfied with Sicko having a 30 bomb without him. Hats wants a 30 of his own. Here comes the remaining 4 players. Kyoto with a lot of work to do. Actually, wide peeks out and will get dropped. And that's 2 frags, actually. It's a 4-on-3 yellow, dancing around the grenades, dancing around the Molotovs. Will actually drop dance position, given away. Looking for more if he can find it. Almost finds Requiem, but Requiem will clean him up. There was damage done, but now it's a 3-on-2. The retake has to come in here. It's an AWP and an M4 to do it. Hats and Sicko. But if there is any players that you want left in a clutch for Avant Garde, surely it is these 2. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a boost coming out over the wall here to give that AWP something to work with. Either way, 30 seconds remaining. Bomb still not down for Corvidae, but they do have the time and the site control to play with.
Yeah, but the time is ticking down here, and Herbs looking to put a stop to just about all of this as he gets the frag onto Hats. Sicko, 1 HP here, man. He's got to get out, and it looks as though he will not. Mitch getting the frag onto Sicko, and I mean, what's even more frightening about these 2 players, Hats and Sicko that is they're both playing the same side. They're both defending off the A site, and yet they've shared 54 frags between the 2. So just goes to show how dangerous and how clinical these 2 have had as a performance. And really, Corvidae have understood that. They've shown that they know that A bomb site is a dangerous spot to be at, and they've started to ease their way over to B. And if they have the success there, why not just keep running it?
It's worth noting that, as you said, we've had 26 rounds. This is the 26th round playing out right now. 54 frags between them. If my maths does not fail me, that is over a frag a round just for both of them, or 2 frags around between the both of them. That is just such... obviously, it hasn't happened that way. There's been multi-frags, but on average, that is such a good amount of damage to be consistent with. And there's Yellow trying to get a sneaky little surf pick there onto the AWP of Blackout. Not going to do it, but Avant here only on pistols. They should be losing this round, tying it back up. That said, though, the consistency of Sicko and Hats right now is just insane. I don't know what their ADR is. Let's check that out a little bit later. But the fact that they're both good for pretty much a frag around for this entire map, no matter what happens, is just so good for their team. That said, Yellow going to go down to Blackout now. Dan's looking to push Nick and and take out Sicko. This should be a relatively easy cleanup here for the boys of Corvidae.
Yeah, certainly. And it looks as though they will slowly make their way towards B. But those extra 2 frags will come handy. Hats, the danger man of the match, not quite being able to get the frag onto Dance there. So 5 versus 2 rather here for Corvidae, doing themselves a great job here, knowing that they're on the eco. They make their way towards that A side, and they've guessed correctly, or perhaps not guessed, but read into the situation correctly, as a free bomb plant will be met for them. Kyoto getting a bit aggressive here in the short area. Unfortunately, just missing, or just timing out, the wrong timing there for him. But yeah, I mean, we could say how well Hats and Sicko are playing this game, but at the same time, Corvidae are showing consistency in the sense that their whole team is showing when it's needed. And really, if all 5 players, I prefer to have 5 players playing consistently well rather than 2 players playing absolutely phenomenally out of their mind.
Absolutely. That said, you can never ride out a team with 2 players who are just on star form, as, there we go, Kyoto goes down to Blackout, but it's a more prominent example of that. Let's look at old G2, not the new French super team, but the G2 of Shox and Scream. If those 2 are going off, their team can win games, so it's definitely possible to win with 2 players just hard carrying, but as you said, this is a team game. and having your whole team playing together, playing consistently is definitely better, and that could be what does it for Corvidae here, as they finally tie it back up at 13-13. There's another buyout here for the CTs. It's not great, though. We do have a UMP and a FAMAS alongside 3 M4s and 4 AKs and an AWP out on the Ts. So Avant Garde here, if they're not careful, could actually lose this lead and be on some really not good money, as they have $100, one player with $100, 3 with 50, and Kyoto, he's on the dole. He has no money in the bank, and if they lose this round, that could be it for Avant Garde. It could just rapidly get away from them. They could lose this one 16-13.
And you could see, actually, Avant quick to stack that B bomb site and see how much utility they've just burnt away so early on into this game, or this round rather. Only 3 smokes amongst them. That's the third one going out right there, and Yellow about to throw his. So the utility falling flat here really quickly into the round, and Corvidae, probably knowing that, have actually done the right thing here, is slowly working towards an A bomb site. The only problem here is they've got Sicko and Hats to verse.
And that's never a good combo to come up against when you're trying to take a site. So Sicko and Hats, the men with the plan. But that flash from Hats actually missed, and he's going to walk straight into Requiem. So a bit unfortunate. They knew what he was going for, but his teammate's flash was too deep to get into the side of toilets there, which means now a 4-on-3. Herbs coming through behind to stop anyone flanking them. Lonsdale being flamed out in the back of the site here. He's now pinned to the back of these boxes. Got to try and make this work. Actually going to find the first kill in a bit. It's a good start from him. His teammates on this lower bomb side, but that's the correct call, as the rotation has come in, and given that Avant Garde haven't rotated, alright Sicko, I thought that was Lonzo getting a kill jumping over the box, but here comes Herbs, and they're actually not looking for him at all. He does have a grenade out. These players in the lower side could end all of it. Yellow looking to do what he can, getting chased by a running AK of Herbs, but Sicko will finish it up. There was no time as the clock goes past 3 seconds anyway. That running AK there to get that kill was pure desperation, but did get it. And Avant winning the round where they're on the lower buy, and they're still not on a great buy, but they do have a bit of an advantage, and they've got the AWP onto Sicko. That could be the difference maker here.
Yeah, and what's puzzling about that round, at least for Corvidae, is they had everything going for them. They got the first entry pick onto A, but then they just tried to be a little bit too complex or too elaborate and do a fake towards that B-bomb site. Merely 20 seconds left on that round. But as I say that, Sicko, the man of the match, the danger man for Avant Garde so far, gets that AWP frag, and now things are starting to slip away for Corvidae. They had things in their hands, but now with Sicko and Hats just going off the chain completely, I mean, it's starting to look a little bit worrisome here for Corvidae.
This would be heartbreaking for Corvidae to let their own map pick slip out of their fingers this late. That said, they are nowhere near done with this yet. They have a man disadvantage with this push up long. This is so smart. Hats and Lonsdale want to continue to capitalize on the advantage they already have. They could potentially catch the bomb out here. This movement from them is going to be so crucial. Look at Hats. Spots Requiem. He's still got the trigger control. He is waiting. He's biding his time. Will eventually take the shot, drop the bomb. Hats, that was so smart. He just wanted to try and catch out any other player, but even though he didn't, he has the bomb. His team have the bomb. There is 40 seconds remaining for these teams to not only win a 3-on-5, but they also have to retake the bomb and then take a site, and that's going to make it harder. Reserves is picked up on the flank. This one is not looking good for the T's at all here. This play from Hats and Lonsdale to get up long is so smart.
Yeah, and what's worse about it at all is just the time that they're wasting by doing so. I mean, 22 seconds remaining, 5 versus 2 here, and it's looking really grim here for Corvidae. I think they just got to get away with their weapons at this point. It's just an absolutely hopeless round, and that will actually allow Avant to get to that 15th scoreline and match point, more importantly. So Corvidae, what looked as though they had a little bit of a grip on the situation, is now turning into an absolute disaster, as Kyoto getting that frag onto Mitch. Dan's fortunate enough to get away with that AWP, but really, is that all that it will take? I don't think so.
This would have to be one of the most ridiculous heroic AWP plays I've ever seen out of Dan's. Given that his teammates have very little to go along with this one, just some pistols by looks things. Requiem, there we go. He will grab himself pistol armor as well. And, I mean, there's a taser on Mitch. I'd like to see that get a kill, you know, just out of desperation. I'd love to see a taser kill, but an AWP and pistols. This Dan's would have to have the hardest carry round of his life here to win against 4 rifles, admittedly 1 from us, but 1 M4, 2 AKs, and an AWP. Dan's actually almost went for that shot on Kyoto through the smoke. He was considering it, but didn't end up going for it, and this is do or die for Corvidae right here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and with a 15-13 scoreline, it couldn't be any closer. We're on round 29 here of the Acer CyberGamer Premier League. be sure to stay tuned, as really these teams are going to the absolute limits between each other, and Dan's all to do with that AWP. He needs to make some sort of impact into this round. Corvidae telegraphing their play quite a lot here towards that B bomb site, and you can see that being represented as Avant have stacked onto that B area. Dan's with the first frag onto Yellow. He really needed to get that, and he's successfully doing so. Now, 50 seconds on the clock. Can it be done?
Yellow was actually jumping to go for the boost. It's checking to the pit there of outside the connector stairs. So that was a really nice shot, actually, to hit with the AWP. I'm not sure if he was single or double scoped. I assume single, but if it was double, that is even more impressive. But no matter of how he got it, no matter of what I say, he still got the kill. And here comes the push, and Kyoto looks to shut it down by himself. Gets two. Lonsdale gets another. It is now a 2-on-2 here. The pistol out for Sicko gets himself one. Now it's a 1-on-1. Hats up against Herbs. 20 seconds remaining, and I think Hats has a superior positioning here. Gonna go in. Oh my goodness, it's so close, and he will get it. There we go. Bit of a longer spray, but Hats will finish it. That's going to be Avant Garde getting the 2-0 over Corvidae here in CyberGamer Premier League for the night. 16-10 on Cage and 16-13 here on Overpass.
Yeah, great CS being played by both teams here. Of course, this is only just the start of our action here at the CyberGamer Premier League. Of course, next up, we do have Alpha Sydney up against, I believe, Cypher. So stay tuned for that, viewers, of course. And if you are just joining us, Avant Garde picking up those first two maps, but when we come back, we'll have Alpha Sydney versus Cypher.